Hello everyone, it's Rita here, and today we are working on the last video for the Down the Rabbit Hole add-on kit from Tanya at Tatty Treasures and Nanine at Collage Type, and everything is going to be in the bottom description. Also, on this video and the past Down the Rabbit Hole videos that are the new ones that I've done in February, if you comment on those videos, then you will go on a drawing to win this little mini journal. Okay, so let me do a little quickie flip through. We did all this we used rubber bands to hold the signatures in. We made this cover, and then we started putting little pieces of ephemera in the journal. And what I didn't do on camera, probably could put a drop of glue on that because it keeps coming untied. You know, I didn't want to make it too bulky or you wouldn't even be able to close it. So anyway, I just, I'll do a flip through, but this is, you know, some of the things that I did. I made a little charm out of just circles, and I put a little flower there. And yeah, so and I did a belly band with a little notebook, all kinds of stuff. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to finish it off by putting a closure for one. So I'm thinking this seems too thick. I don't know, for an eyelet, I'm not sure. So I'm thinking if I can just punch a hole and then, yeah, and then make a little knot on this side and one on this side because I don't want 4 strands. So I'm going to get my little thing here. And I don't want to cut that teacup. So this is now like 3 1/4, a little over 3 1/4. Can you see that where I'm measuring? Yeah. So that would be like 1 1/2 to, we can go right above this teacup, right there, and make our hole. Because I want it to, I also want it to tie on the side. I don't want it to go around it. All right, so I'm going to put, oh, I forgot to get this, sorry, or did I? I think I got seam binding I'm going to put in it. Okay, so let's just, gosh, I wonder if I should make a smaller hole. You know what, if it doesn't work with the smaller hole, I can always go back and make it bigger. Okay, let me get this, okay, grip on this. Okay. And then that's going to have to be about the same on this side. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it about right there. I think it'll be good. And I can't see because it's stuck in there. You think they'd come up with something to fix that. All right. It's amazing how this thing works. I'm every time I use it, I get, how does it do it? Anyway, I was watching We Are Memories YouTube video or something. They're coming out with some new things this spring, it says. Spring of 23. One of them is cool that what did I do? I thought I had that. Or maybe I put it over here. Yeah. One of them is a sticky back thing. You buy the sticky paper and then you rub your whatever it is you want to have sticky on the back, flour or something. You rub it on and then you pull it off, and all that sticky transfers to that backing. Clever, clever. I have no idea though what that would cost, you know. All right, I have this yellow. But I'm thinking I might like this green. This is coffee dyed. But I do kind of like that. Didn't get the sari silk out. Okay, let's see. I can poke this in. If I could see. Oops. Not too sharp, it went straight through. This little guy might work. This is vintage seam binding. But I did coffee dye it. But most of my seam binding that I have is vintage because a friend of mine gave me, I don't know, 50 packs of it or something. And I've been using it for a long time. Yeah, I kind of like that color. All right, so what I'm going to do is tie a knot here because I don't think it'll slip through. And I can't tie anymore for some reason. I don't know if it's my eyes or what. Or just being old. I'll leave that like little tab there. So let's say that and that. How long to leave it? Half of my stuff is in my living room. I just thought I brought everything I needed, but it was missing a pair of scissors. Those are probably way too long. Let's see. Yeah, maybe not. You know, once I tie the bow part. Okay. And you could put a little dab of glue here if you wanted to after you get it tied, and if you think it needs a little more strength. Okay. See how this looks. Tell you, this is the worst tying of all. Okay. I may have to try to straighten those out. I hate it when they get wrinkled from being wrapped around something. Okay. Stick that back in there. Alright, I'm just going to leave it dangly for now. I don't know, maybe I'll cut this a little bit more. I can always use that in one of my collages. Okay, I also have a little key up here and this charm down here. So that's it. Okay, now we're going to make a box. That's a challenge. I was just playing to see how I could make a box. And I think the best way, I've printed 2 pieces of cardstock with front and back because I didn't know if I could get a whole box out of one. Let me kind of give you a little info, I guess. And if you want to screenshot this, you can. These are score lines here. You gotta put the whole word. Score lines here. Gosh. I'm sorry. Lines. Okay, so all around, you're going to do score lines. And everybody's is going to be different because depending on what size of a journal you have, this was just a small one, but if you wanted to make, you know, kind of a full-size box for a regular journal, you probably would have to use scrapbook paper to get enough room to do it. Okay, so here's the bottom of this box, and then we do the same thing on the lid. And I'm going to try and do 1/8 of an inch larger on the lid, whatever size you come up with, because the lid has to slip over this box. This isn't the right lid, but you know, it has to go over the edge. So if I make it a little bigger, the base, it'll fit. Okay, so what I thought I'd do, I think to me the first thing is to make some kind of a template to use as your guide for drawing, because you got to measure this, measure that. It's too much trouble. So I had this scrap, I sat this down on it, and I can see that this would fit inside of the, if this was the bottom of the box, it will fit. And then I'm going to cut it here. But I want to make it kind of a even number. I don't want to just mark it. I want to make it, so this, I would say 3.5. Oh, wait a minute. I need to put this up closer to here. I'm going to say like, I'm going to say 3 1/8. So this here is going this direction is 3.5, and this is 3 1/8 because this is a little bit, it's taller. So see, you can see there that my little dot's there, and this one is 3.5. Right? I think. Let me check. 3.5, 3 1/8. All right, so I'm going to cut that. No, I'm not. I didn't bring my cutter, but hold on. I may pause and go get it because it's easier for me to cut on, I think. Okay. So here's our template. This is going to be the base for this will be the bottom template. Okay. And let me write these measurements so we know. This is 3 1/8 by 3.5. Okay. So for the top box, I need another piece of paper. For the top box, we're going to make it exactly the same, except 1/8 of an inch. Oh, wait a minute. What did I do? This is 3 1/8, not 3.5. Okay. You guys should have seen me the other day. I'm going to, after this, I'm going to make another video, and it's going to be part of the mistakes that I made. You won't see the mistakes because I didn't put the video up. All right, so on this one, if we have 3 1/8, it would be 3 1/4. So I'm going to go 3 1/4 here. And I'm not sure if this is going to be big enough. And this is, yeah, this, I don't have 3.5. So hold on, let me find something a little bigger. It doesn't matter. I should have brought something to drink. Okay. 3 1/8, we need 3 1/4. Okay. 3 1/4. So that's 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Okay, and then this one was 3 1/2, so I will go 1/8 over that. So a half, let's see, we're a half, 3 1/2, and 1/8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 5/8. 3 1/2 and 1/8 over 3 5/8. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this, and I'm pretty sure this is not straight, so let's use this side because this side is straight. Cut that down. And I didn't cut it right because I can't judge this machine. Okay. And then I just cut off my marking. That's okay. It's all right. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this. Let's see if this is fairly straight. That looks a little not straight. Okay. So this is 3 5/8. And if you guys have a Cricut, you can go online and get a Cricut download. But I did that first. Kind of, this is where this came from. But I couldn't get it to work. So Cricut's changed a lot since the last time I used it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's do the lid first. I don't care what side is up or down, but I want to leave 1 inch here around this whole thing. So what I'm going to do is take my, let me take this ruler, it's a little easier to, okay. So I'm going to do 1 inch for, this is the bottom. I want 1 inch on the top. Let me put top, 1 inch side. So we're going to add all around this template, we're going to add 1 inch. So let me go here. And then let me go up 1 inch. Which is right there. I'm doing this correctly. Okay. So now I'm just going to I'm doing this kind of wrong in a way. I don't know really exactly how to do it, but I'm going to go this way. So there is my 1 inch this way and my 1 inch this way. And then I'm just going to mark this template. And I'm going to go all the way down that. And then I want 1 inch out here, this corner, and 1 inch this way. Oops. Can't see the line. So, and then 1 inch here. Maybe in the other one I'll get a better grip on how to do this when I do the other piece. Because I kind of did it haphazardly. I'm going to pause and go get my cutter. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to set this on here. It's much easier for me to see. Or line up, I should say. And then we've got this little piece left, and we may be able, I don't think we'll be able to make the bottom out of that. That's why we need more pieces. All right. Then we're going to cut that away, and that'll make a nice tag. And now we should have 1 inch around all of our pieces. This doesn't quite look like 1 inch. Let me readjust it, but it is. Could be just the flowers. Now, if you want to prefigure this out, you could. So in other words, if whatever this size is, and adding 1 inch around it would make it, let me do it here so I can actually, so it's like 5 7/8 by 5 1/8. So, because I have to have it rectangle. If you're going to make a actual square box, you would be good to go. Because you could just do, 3 by 3 or whatever you wanted. Okay. So this is, it doesn't really matter at this point. So I'm going to score this. I'm going to score this at 1 inch. So it's not even, either this is wrong or my lines are wrong. But that way everything will be wrong. Okay. Or, I don't know. I do not know. I don't like to do measure so much. Okay. So there we have, now this is all scored. And I think this was going to make a nice lid on that one. All right, so now, so that's all, those lines are on the inside, but I'll erase them. I better erase them now. This is a friction pen, and it erases really easily. I think it's better than a pencil because, a pencil kind of does that smearing thing. Like when you go to erase it or your eraser's dirty or something, and then it doesn't work. I use this in quilting all the time. However, if you put this, if you draw with this, and add heat, that's what the friction is doing. That's what this is making heat. And that's why it's erasing. So that's great. However, the ink is really still there. So if you were to put this box in the refrigerator, all that ink would come back. It won't come back as long as it's, actually I think you'd have to put it in the freezer. I think it has to be below freezing before it comes back. But I was worried about it because I would draw lines on my quilts, and I'm like, what if they leave it in their car and it's freezing and they're gonna have lines? But then you just throw it in the dryer and it's good to go again. All right, let me just go ahead and make this whole thing so that you can see. Okay, so where's my little directions? We're going to cut across here, across here, and across here. Okay? You could do it actually any way you wanted to, but you have to go in the same direction, of course. Like this. This is so darn easy. I don't know why I haven't done this before. You know, when I have to make little gift boxes and stuff. Okay. So then this is going to come in here. And we're going to glue that shut. You can cut a little angle if you want. Like if this sticks up too high right here, you could cut it down this way. I would cut it in this direction but I like a full cut because I think it sticks better. And if you're going to use, oh, if you want to ink this too, you could probably ink it. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But I do know that if you got this glue, you have to hurry and get it pushed nice and even. Now you can have this glued to the outside, but I don't think that would look as good. I need something to eat. I feel a little shaky this morning. I didn't drink coffee, so. Alrighty. That doesn't look too bad. Not too bad. And see your inside, because I double-sided it, your inside has a little print too. How cute is that? Okay. My glue is gonna start dripping all over. Can't even I got too much glue there and I can't see the opening. Why it's doing that. All right, so now we're gonna do the base. Now I'm having second thoughts. Did I measure this for that? I did that correctly. I'm pretty sure. This one we're going to cut to the actual size. Okay, I'm not sure if I did that correctly, but I hope so. Okay, now on the sides, the part that you're going to put around the edge needs to be bigger. This is 2 inches, which this book did not need 2 inches. So I'm going to remeasure this. And I don't know if you can see that or not. Well, maybe I can go this way. With it tied closed, I could tie it a little tighter, but even so, it wouldn't be more than 1.5. So let's just do 1.5 on the edges this time. So let me do, so 1.5. I don't know if I can get it on this piece of paper. Let me see. Okay, 1.5 would be here. Yeah, I don't have 1.5 left. So I'm gonna have to use a bigger paper. Let me so now this is going to go on the outside of the box. Just the blue. I guess it doesn't matter really. I don't think, well, I'm not going to try to worry about it because I can't get it to match on, you know, it's not going to be this brown tone all the way around. So I'm not going to mess with the worrying about it. All right, so I'm going to do a 1.5 inch mark. I'm going to just draw a line. And then up here, I need 1.5. That's on the line. Okay, and then we'll put our template here. And this one we're going to draw exactly what dimension we had. So I'm just going to do this real quick. And 1.5 on this corner. Probably could have used a longer ruler. 1.5 from that line. Pretty sure that's 1.5. All right. This cardstock I think is 110 that I'm using. Okay, I'm going to do that. Score this. I gotta score it before I erase the lines. Where is my little, there it is. Okay, so this should be 1.5. You don't even have to draw these lines if you can figure out how big your sides are going to be, your total design. And then you're just going to do 1.5 or whatever, 3 inches, 4 inches, whatever you need your box to be. There's probably a million YouTube videos out there how to do this, but I didn't look. Okay, get these out of there before we start folding, cutting. So I'm thinking on the top of the box we could decorate it if we wanted. Maybe even put lace around the edges. I don't know. All right, so let me cut this here. It doesn't matter which way you cut it. You just don't want to cut these tags off. You don't want to cut the whole corner out. see, do I want it to be the same color as the... I can always fold it up and check it out. Actually, I could fold it and make sure that it's... I should have scored this before I cut it. That was silly. Should have scored this and did it all first. Okay. I don't know why I keep sniffling. I noticed in my video, one of them, I kept like sniffling. I don't have a cold. I don't know, just it's cold. That's all. It's just cold. Okay, so let's see if this is gonna fit. Oh, please fit. Oh, why is it too big? Oh, sorry. Okay, guys, the reason it didn't fit is because I measured it, the lid, or the bottom, it doesn't matter. I wanted the lid to be a 1/8 inch larger around than the bottom, or vice versa. I think the bottom is smaller on this. So what I did was I added 1/8 of an inch instead of taking away 1/8 of an inch. So now, in my case, my top is 3 5/8 and 3 1/4, and my bottom is 3 1/8 and 3 1/2. Okay, so it was a little struggle there to try to figure it out, but did it. And I think I'm going to make these over because I have an extra score line. In fact, I know I'm going to remake these because I have an extra score line, and I don't want it to show, but then I wanted to decorate it. Darn it. All right, well, I think what I'll do is just make sure this fits. And also, while I was turn the camera off for a minute there. Oh, more than a minute probably. I bet you I didn't score this up yet. I mean, I scored it, but I didn't fold it. Yeah, so that's... And I also made this one 3/4 of an inch instead of 1 inch because I thought the other one was a little too long in relationship to the bottom. So it's all custom. So you just... And then I'm also going to make another piece to sit inside just to give it a little bit more strength. Okay, so here's that. Here's this one. Now, it's still a little roomy, but I don't know if I could measure. The only thing I would suggest, yeah, still it's roomy. I'll try it one more time. And what I think I'm going to do is only add on 2 sides 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so instead of all 4 sides 1/8 of an inch, maybe I can just cut 1/8 of an inch off on, see, this side works fine. It's the top that's not, you know what I mean? This part. It's just too, oh, that's not the top, I lied. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to take a little more practicing. But I'll probably never have to do it again. But I do know I want to... Let's see if I can get down there and mark that distance. See, it's just a hair too big. Alrighty, so anyway, let's pretend that it's done because, oh, I've got to remember, it's just is leaking out like crazy. I don't understand it. Okay, so we're going to put our journal in here, and it probably would look nice if you put some tissue around it. I don't know, and I don't know how that's... Let's try sticking it down. No, I want it up. It'll be fine once you get it in there. Okay. And then we'll put this on like that. And see, the 1/2 inch looks better with the 1.5 inch sides. But like I said, I'm going to do the whole thing over. I don't like the fit. And then I'm going to take some sari silk and go around it like this and tie it. Like this. Okay. Just gonna cut it here at that seam. So that's a nice little box, a little gift for a little journal. I think I'm gonna put maybe lace around this edge of the box, just to come down the edge of it a little bit. It would be cute. Okay, so that is it for this 4th episode, and I'm after everybody comments, and I'll give you till what's today, the 20 something. Let me see how, let's see when I'll be filming this video on. Didn't write all my stuff in for February yet. So we'll be filming this on Sunday, the 26th. Okay. Mini journal. All right, and then everybody who comments on that Sunday, then I will do a flip through on I don't need to wait that many days, but how about on Wednesday, flip through and drawing. Okay. So I will do that on Wednesday. And we'll see who wins the little mini journal from Down the Rabbit Hole. Tanya at Tatty Treasures and Nanine at Collage Type. The kits that they have they're huge. And I've already made another journal with them. And if you go to the other channels that are making this too, you will see, oh, great. Glued down it's a good thing I'm making a new box. You will see how incredible the other ladies have done, and Tanya herself with this journal, or this add-on kit. But we're using all the kits because we have them all, so we can use them. And I encourage you to, go and take a look. Okay? So I'll see you guys in the next video. This screen may be crooked because I bumped it. But anyway, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.